In all the infrastructure sectors, what I have mentioned, there's a lot of need for improvement in terms of the services and the investment. India has estimated a requirement of $1 trillion of investments in the next 5 years, out of which 50% is supposed to come from the private sector. What does it actually mean? 1 trillion is equal to 200 billion every year. 1 trillion over 5 years is equal to 200 billion every year. To get an investments of 200 billion, we need a multiple of 5-6 times of that in the pipeline to get a translation, which means you are looking at a huge amount of infrastructure requirement in the areas. Now, to manage this, we need skill, we need trained project professionals, in various areas. Now, if you have been tracking the sector, what you will see is that most of the names you have heard in terms of the big corporates who are coming in, like a Reliance, like a GMR, like L&T, like Afcons, like Shapoorji Pallonji, they're all the people who have come into the sector in the last 10-15 years or so. Traditionally, infrastructure has been the monopoly of the governments internationally, not only in India. Normally, the governments control because by nature is a monopolistic commodity. But people chose to deliver these services with the private sector. That's why suddenly the range of stakeholders who have come into the infrastructure sector has increased transfold. What does it actually mean for students like us? When we offer education, we offer different pathways to students. This growth of investments, this growth of activities, this involvement of private sector into the infrastructure sector essentially opened up 4 large career pathways. When I mean 4 large career pathways, it refers to various stakeholders, not necessarily only the government, which was the monopolistic authority so far. The first big sector of career is on the contractors and the developers. There are a large number of contractors, both national as well as international. You have companies like Bechtel, you have companies like Isolex, international names, you have GE, you have big international names trying to operate in India. They have a range of Indian domestic players who are very strong in the contracting as well as the developer sectors. Like people again like GMR or a GVK or a Reliance or a Mahindras. So a lot of people who are there in this segment. This is a big sector, and I'll come to the areas what they look for. The second big sector which is a recruiter is the banks and financial institutions. All infrastructure investments need money. Want to need money, someone has to invest, not only government. That means a lot of banks will come in who give the debt. But also you have a lot of private equity players, and all international big private equity players are there in the country who are investing in the market. And that's a big market which most MBAs look for. Finance is the game which is there, apart from project development. The third career pathway which is available to MBA students in infrastructure management is the consulting sector. Now, consulting sector is quite wide. It has again 3 big subsectors. One is the project consulting, which is the engineering consulting, and large firms like AECOM, Tata Consulting Engineers, Mahindra Consulting, they are available in this sector, and they recruit like hordes of people who are there, not only for the Indian market, for international market. The second big subsegment of the consulting sector is the commercial and the management consultants. We have companies like IDEC, IDFC, IL&FS, the big 4, the PwCs, Deloittes, EYs. These players play a big role in this sector. The third subsector in consulting, which people are not really aware of, is the legal side. Organizations like Jyoti Sagar Associates, Khaitan, Luthra & Luthra also recruit students from the management background infrastructure. So consulting offers a third large career pathway. The fourth career pathway which is available for MBA students from infrastructure is the think tanks, policy groups, multilateral development banks, and the government sector. When I mean multilateral development banks, these are the sector which is going to pick up the agencies like Asian Development Bank, the World Bank. We are talking about a new agency called BRICS. So these agencies are going to come up, and they recruit again MBA graduates with preferably understanding of the infrastructure sector. So this is one area which is there. We also have a huge range of foundations operating in the country: the Gates Foundation, the Ford Foundation, Shakti Foundation, Ashoka Foundation. Most of the organizations of late are looking at trained professionals who come in and help them in their activities in the development sector. So this is one sector which is there. So essentially, to summarize, there are 4 career pathways. One for the developers and the contractor belt, which is again big in nature. Second is the consulting, which has various subsectors in that. Third one is the banks and the financial institutions. Fourth one is the think tanks and the government sector.